What's yellow and can't swim? A dead goldfish. Do you call a necrophiliac gangbang? Cracking open a cold one with the boys. What starts with an M and ends with arage? Miscarriage. Why are so many Americans stupid? Because they shoot the ones that go to school. I just read that someone in London gets stabbed every 52 seconds. Poor guy. Don't be racist. Racism is a crime. And crime is for black people. Why doesn't Mexico have an Olympic team? Because every Mexican that can run, jump, and swim is already in the USA. What happens if an Asian with an erection walks into a wall? He breaks his nose. What did the cannibal do after dumping his girlfriend? He wiped his butt. What's black, white, and red all over? A nun on her period. Two terrorists walk in a bar and talk. The bartender asks, "What's the talk about?" The first terrorist said, "We are going to kill 300 people in a donkey." Bartender, "Why a donkey?" The second terrorist said, "See? I told you no one would care about the 300 people." Ever seen a blind man swim? He probably hasn't either. Two gay men kissing and getting ready for some action. "Sorry, Dave, I can't do this. I'm in that period of the month." Oh, Charles, I hate when you have diarrhea. What is better than winning the gold medal at the Special Olympics? Having arms and legs. There is a white boy, a Mexican boy, and a black boy who are all in the 5th grade. Who has the biggest penis? The black boy, because he's 18. What is the difference between Jesus and a picture of Jesus? You can hang the picture with just one nail. What is small, black, and punching the window? A child in the microwave. A man died when a tractor stepped on his right-hand fingers. Really? How is that possible? He had his fingers stuck in his nose. "Hey neighbor, nice to see you. Where is your lovely wife?" "In the garden. But I don't see her." "You need to dig a little." How does a black girl know if she's pregnant? When she pulls the tampon out, all the cotton is picked. Why is it that skinny men like fat women? Because they need warmth in winter and shade in summer. I saw my wife at the dam yesterday. That made me very sad. I was hoping she might float a bit more downstream. Why the Chinese children don't believe in Santa? Because they're the ones making the toys. My girlfriend went to Tokyo and she died in the tsunami. Since I was sad, my friend told me, "Don't worry, there's plenty more in the ocean." My son came up to me and said, "Dad, I'm depressed." I pointed to the spare room and said, "Hang in there, son." What's the best thing about dead baby jokes? They never get old. If 6 was scared of 7 because 7A9, why was 10 afraid? Because it's right in the middle of 9, 11. What do sex and food have in common? Grandma makes both better. Why is it so hard to break up with a Japanese girl? You have to drop the bomb twice before she gets it. A policeman walks up to a van with 2 priests and says, We're looking for 2 child molesters. The priests both look at each other for a moment and then say, "Okay, we'll do it." What's the difference between a priest and a pimple? A pimple will wait until you are 12 years old to come on your face. I had a John Kennedy joke, but it went right through my head. What does a baby and a grenade have in common? They both make noise after you throw them. What's the difference between apples and orphans? The apples get picked. What's the most expensive haircut in the world? Chemotherapy. How many cops does it take to change a light bulb? None. They just beat the room for being black. What do you call a gay person on fire? LGBTQ. Daddy, how does my dress look? Amazing, sweetie, I nearly missed your wheelchair. What's the difference between Usain Bolt and Hitler? Usain Bolt could actually finish a race. What do you call a disabled person that is on fire? Hot Wheels. What is the difference between kids and drugs? I don't hide drugs in my basement. What's the difference between Batman and Black Panther? Batman Returns. How do you call a blind German? A Nazi. Where did Lucy go during the bombing? Everywhere. What's worse than finding a worm in your apple? The Holocaust. Why don't cannibals eat clowns? Because they taste funny. What has 4 legs and 1 arm? A happy pit bull. Where do you find a dog with no legs? Right where you left it. What is the one good thing about child molesters? They drive slowly in the school zones. What part of a vegetable can't you eat? The wheelchair. My girlfriend's dog died, so I tried to cheer her up by getting her an identical one. It just made her more upset. She screamed at me, "What am I supposed to do with 2 dead dogs?" My grandfather says I'm too reliant on technology. I called him a hypocrite and unplugged his life support. What does my dad have in common with Nemo? They both can't be found. Be like a star, distant and dying. Why can't orphans go on field trips? Because they need a parent's signature. What's the difference between dark humor and morbid humor? Dark humor is 10 kids in 1 container. Morbid humor is 1 kid in 10 containers. A leaf and an emo falls off a tree. Who hits the ground first? A leaf, because the rope stops the emo. What's the difference between a pile of dead babies and a Lamborghini? I don't have a Lamborghini in my garage. What do you call a robotic emo that likes dark humor? Cutting-edge technology. What did the handless guy get for Christmas? It's still a mystery because he hasn't opened his present yet. Dark humor is like anal sex. Just relax a little and everything will be fine. You know what they say about a good dark humor joke? It hits harder than a drunk parent. Why is suicide illegal? Destruction of government property. Dark humor is a lot like cancer. Grown-ups mainly get it, but sometimes kids get it too. Abortion isn't murder. It's just canceling your pre-order.